All right, welcome back for Baltimore Book Babes. We are now here with part 2.
Yes.
Captivated by Danger by Endiya Carter for the Danger Family series.
And I will be wearing sunglasses this video because, as y'all can see, the sun was tearing me down in the first video.
She's gonna be nice and golden though when we finish. I'm hoping to just get a smidget of a tan. I'm hoping to get a smidget of a tan. Okay?
Honestly, I definitely need to make sure my feet is out because that be the palest part of my body too.
Oh, you know what? We didn't do it in the first one, but shout out to Taja. You that for real, because you put us on with these books. You was getting in our ass to read them, and we love them. So we definitely want to take time to thank you for the recommendations.
And it's funny because now that we've been put on, I see how everybody was reading this. It's like we were late to the party.
For real.
I'm happy
and
we're here now.
We read 3 books in less than a week. We were pressed down.
I couldn't stop. I started going slow on the last one just because I wasn't ready to let it go. And I don't know when she's coming out with book 4, but
if we stalk our social media, it looked like January.
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
I'm hoping sooner.
We will be waiting.
Yes. Okay. So, Captivated by Danger. This is about Diesel. Diesel is he older than Dimitri?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, he is the oldest. I thought the twins were the oldest. Diesel and Declan.
Okay. They might be. I forget.
How you doing? And Mitri is the middle child.
Okay. So yeah, Diesel is the oldest son. He's also the oldest out of the twins too. He was born first. As you probably saw in our last review, again, Diesel is kind of like the glue that holds the family together. The family definitely has like their own internal issues amongst everyone. Diesel's probably the only one that at least have a relationship with everyone, even if it's not the best, but he can communicate with everyone in the family.
And I will say this now that we're on his book, I felt like in the first one, he had basically asked Diamond in the beginning when he took over the company, like, why he was essentially like always on his back, like why he don't come around more. And Diamond basically finally confided in him because, mind you, the siblings never knew like what he overheard.
And other than Diesel, the other siblings didn't care to ask.
And Diesel basically was like, damn, I never knew that. Like, I see why you don't come around. And basically, I won't pressure you anymore because I understand. Like, I feel like he was always the one that was kind of listening to everybody's problem. He wanted to be there to fix everything. Like, I love him.
Nah, I'm quiet. Diesel was a time, man. Diesel was the type of man, if you had to describe, like, when he just walk in, he command a room. He don't got to do too much. He don't got to say too much. And that's why, like, even in the family, he was like the enforcer. He was the one who got shit done. Like, he was the one that, like, if something needed to get taken care of, if it was a meal of the night, if it was financially, if it was emotionally, whatever it was, you calling Diesel. Diesel is handling
Big bad Diesel.
Nah, refer to him. Diesel probably had the closest relationship with the dad. That being because, as we talked about in the first one, the dad was a whore. He was like slinging dick, sleeping around. However, he actually brought Diesel into that lifestyle as a child. Like, he would bring Diesel over to like his side pieces' houses, and it goes a little bit way more in depth. Like, Diesel watched his dad like pleasure a woman. That's the like most appropriate way I can say it.
I honestly started, and if I'm being honest, I kind of still don't even like the dad after reading the 3 books. Like, do I feel like he loves his children? Yes, but
I didn't finish the series liking the dad.
No, that's what I'm saying. I still don't like him.
He's still very much a selfish motherfucker.
Yeah, I feel like just the way he treated like everybody, and I'm not saying this was like intentional on his part, but I feel like he was really selfish, and he was thinking about himself and not how his actions was impacting other. And
even when it came to the business, he still thought about, because obviously he's still he's on the board of the CEO. Like, he's not the face, but he's still getting paid off of everything that they're doing for the business.
And I just felt like overall, to me, the most fucked up thing about what he was doing with Diesel was, you're clearly having an impact on the relationship he has with his mother. And I feel like because his father was pulling him into all of his secrets, and she knew he knew, and he wasn't telling her, it's like, okay.
Diesel was reserved with his mother because he knew all the shit his father was doing.
And he became like almost like the dad's confidant, and I feel like it put up a barrier in between him
and not even that he was a scapegoat.
Yeah.
Like, the dad would not, and I don't just mean like if the mom is calling Diesel, he like, dad here. Like, no, the dad will put money into Diesel account for Diesel to send to the bitches, so the mother wouldn't find so that obviously really hurt the relationship between the mom and Diesel.
And I also feel like certain ways Diesel phrased things, even though he kind of like didn't have a lot of epiphanies, I'll say, until like the middle to the end, like once him and Grayson like finally got together, I feel like he knew that it was messed up though, because think about the way like the author described, like he looked at her the way he should have never looked at somebody who wasn't his wife. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, certain ways that things was just phrased, I feel like he even knew it was wrong, but he loved his dad. And I feel like that started making him think like if
dad had the same side piece for like 20 years. He really was in love with Shorty. That's the girl Robert was just talking about.
It's like it was just so messed up. Like even just like when I first started reading it, I remember texting like Ty and Chanel basically saying like, yo, does the dad even love the mom? Like, what the fuck? Like,
but like that's why like I was really disturbed. Like the dad like really like fucked on that woman in front of Diesel to show him how to pleasure a woman.
Yeah.
And Diesel was like what, 9 or 10?
It was insane.
And
mind you, this was supposed to be literally Diesel was in trouble. And you supposed to be taking him somewhere to reprimand him.
To punish him.
But you basically go take him to show him some kink shit. I felt like it was inappropriate. Like, it was weird. It was fucking weird. Because if you heard a story about a mom taking her son or her daughter to do something like that, we'd be dragging her through the streets.
Exactly.
Like, it just was weird.
So, Diesel meets Grayson. Diesel meets Grayson actually in Florida. So she's also from Citrus Grove, Florida. Because they then moved back and forth between Florida
and Citrus Grove women.
They moved back and forth from Florida to New York because Diamond now has a home in Florida because of Quincy. They end up having a daughter together, and like her family is there, so they wanted to have their child raised up in like a calmer environment. So Diesel goes back and forth to check on his brother. They also have now creating businesses in Citrus Grove, and he meets Grayson. He meets Grayson just walking home. They live in a very small town, so it's real safe. Like one of those you can leave the doors unlocked. So she just walking home and like from
you gotta kind of add her past in there too, because that's significant. Because she basically.
Well, I was gonna wait once we talk about like their actual relationship.
Well, that was kind of their first interaction though, was him saying,
okay.
Yeah.
So Grayson has a very fucked up past. She was, first of all, she was married, but she also felt like she was forced to marry young because of her mom and grandmom. However, she did love her husband. He ended up cheating on her with her cousin because Grayson was
after she had a miscarriage,
a full miscarriage. Like she was like due any moment, and then the child's heart started beating.
So technically, it's stillbirth baby. Yeah, like, and she's grieving.
She went through depression, obviously. Like she, stopped cooking, cleaning, stopped looking kids. I mean, who the fuck cares? She's grieving her child, and she came home literally to her home to watch her husband fucking on her cousin, and then on top of that. When she tried to tell people what was going on, her husband got her put in a fucking psych ward because they're like, bitch, you're just crazy.
I think the saddest part was she knew for a while before
she walked in on the house. Yeah.
Like basically they got more brazen because they just kind of like stopped caring, and that girl was her cousin, and mind you, the cousin was literally living
like firstborn cousin too.
Yeah, like the cousin was literally living with her because I think she broke up with her man, and she was
jobless.
Out, and she was supposed to be, helping her, whatever, and it's like you literally took her man, and then like fuck the grandmother too, and fuck the mother for not being
the grandmother real bad. I ain't never want to fucking fight a grandmother before. The grandmother was a fucking evil, mean spirited ass bitch. Like she basically would throw it in Grayson's face, like you the reason your fucking marriage fall apart.
And she took the cousin's side, and she expected Grayson to support the marriage to her ex-husband.
And that one part of the book I didn't like. They bullied Grayson into going into like her cousin and her ex-husband's engagement party, and I'm like, yo, weird. What the fuck? Like, why did you go?
And then it's like the mother knew that a lot of that shit was wrong, but because
she was still fighting for her mother's love,
like she basically never defended her kid, and it was just sad.
And then of course they fucking announced that they was gonna get married on the day that their daughter died.
Yo, it was fucked up. Now I do think that Grayson's dad was riding for her, but I do feel
he could have done more.
He could have did more, and it took a while before he really wowed them out.
Right.
It wasn't until she was basically about to leave, but basically the day that Diesel like really runs into her,
she stormed out of the engagement party after they announced that they're getting married on the day that their daughter died.
And he seen a guy like trying to grab her or something. Because remember Quincy?
Oh yeah, when she walked out, he grabbed her. And was just like, I didn't know that was going to be the day she picked. And Diesel being a cool, calm ass nigga he is.
And what was crazy, she was out. Remember she got her hair done that day?
That she put on the new dress.
She was trying to like
Diesel just posted up outside smoking, and he just like, Shorty looked like she don't want to be touched. You might want to let her go. Like he just was a smooth ass nigga, yo.
He was.
And the nigga like, who is you? He like, do it matter who I am? Shorty don't want you touching her. Like,
and she immediately started calling this man sir. Like, and he loved that shit. Like, to the point that even when he saved his number in her phone, it was under sir, and she didn't know that at first. So she thought like he never saved it.
Oh, because he walks her home or whatever. But he was even telling her then like, "Well, I'm gonna have you."
Yeah.
And she like, "What?"
And she was like, in denial. But I feel like a part of her really liked that. But just to fast forward a little bit, because I feel like the fluffer doesn't really matter. basically he does convince her, because Diesel has these contracts with women that typically don't last, what was it, 6 weeks?
Does he get bored?
Yeah, that typically don't last past 6 weeks.
You'll be his submissive for 6 weeks.
And you get to leave with like 2 parting gifts of your choice. You get like a new wardrobe.
He puts you up in the penthouse apartment. Whole new wardrobe.
You basically get to live like a princess, and you get to leave with something. And
whatever you want to. There's no limit on whatever, because you get to decide your parting gift. There's not a limit.
And he's paying tuitions. Like, he cares about the girls for real.
Like, he'll invest in your dreams. Yeah. So for her, she was already a teacher, but she wanted to like go get her master's.
Mind you, something that she did not do, because
actually no, she wasn't a teacher. She was a substitute. She didn't finish school, and he paid for her to go to Columbia.
Remember, she was supposed to go back. Like,
he paid for her to go to Columbia, but that wasn't even her parting gift. That was just something like, because she moved to New York.
He wanted to take care of her.
To like do something for her.
So that's typically like, I think with Grayson it definitely meant more, but with all the girls, he was making sure like they was good for real, like that they were taken care of while his needs was being met. And I also felt like what was fucked up, she was like going back and forth on whether or not she would leave. And when she finally decides that she's going or whatever, her mom and her grandmother basically tried to stop her.
And they gonna say, we'll disown you if you go.
Yeah, and it just kind of blew me, because it's like everything that happened, y'all didn't even disown a cousin, but because she wanna, and she's grown.
She's literally grown. And she's even saying it like, I just need to escape from here, because like I feel like I'm reminded of so much fucking pain and depression here.
Like, she was drowning, and now it's to the point now that she feeling like herself again. Her ex wanna keep pulling up on her. Do you know what I'm saying? So it was weird. And she basically leaves or whatever. And I didn't fuck with the family even more because of that. This is when the father finally wows out on them, because it's like, bro,
I'm gonna lose my daughter because of y'all.
Yeah, this is crazy, but I trust her.
Yeah,
I gotta trust her, and this is not good for her.
She did like after me and Diesel, she left in like 72 hours. It was like 3 days later. She was just like, yeah, I'm about to go. Like, but even then, she still was telling them, because she had all the paperwork to prove it. She was leaving to go to Columbia School, like university.
She was.
She
actually didn't even want her to do that.
School.
It's like anything that she was trying to do to be hit. Mind you, they was criticizing how long they felt like she was depressed. Like, she could just snap her fingers and not be depressed anymore. But when she was actively trying to like get herself back together, they also didn't want her to do that. And it was weird. It was like she had to be low for everybody to feel better about themselves. And I hated that.
So we now in New York. Diesel's going over all the rules and regulations. Like, you know, you gotta obey me. I'm in control. Whoopie whoop. And I mean, Grayson, a smart ass. She like, damn nigga, like I can't do shit. Like I can't talk back. I gotta exercise when you tell me exercise. So obviously they have that banter going on there. The thing that I liked about Grayson,
she did feel insecure about, because she thought it had something to do with her weight, but with him it was actually about an endurance thing. Like, he needed her to be able to last.
Oh yeah,
what they was about to be doing.
So the same way, like I feel like each character has like a benefit. Each female character has a benefit to the guy. Like again, Quincy was able to put the mom in her place. Like with Grayson, she was able to talk to like Diesel on a different level to understand his mother. Like Diesel was kind of real cold when this came to mother. Like, well, she could leave if she want and this and that. And she was
I don't think he was cold. I think he lacked empathy, because he never like tried to think of it from her point of view.
You don't think that's cold, lacking empathy?
I guess what I'm saying is I don't think he was intentionally being cold. Like, I don't even think he realized that he was being cold until Grayson exploded.
Man, his ass realized when Grayson was like, your mom should go fucking suck on other niggas.
No, but that's my point. Like,
it wasn't like that comment.
I don't think he ever considered anything that Grayson even brought up until like, she basically went off. And like, mind you, the mom was one of my biggest ops in the first book. I was feeling a little bit better about her at the end, because I felt like she did apologize to Diamond, but it just was kind of like, damn, you literally hiding your dad's secrets, and you never stopped to think how that may make your mom feel.
Yeah. And he didn't though, and it wasn't until like she like had a conversation with him, especially, and she was having it from a place of a woman who was cheated on and like hurt. You know, she was crying and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so she left in the second book. And basically, she went to Citrus Grove, and it started with her going to visit the baby, but I think she already knew she wasn't going back.
The mother, that's what we're talking about.
And I think the mom's relationship was getting better with like Diamond and of course Quincy. She was around her grandkids.
But the mom, to the mom credit, she did say that, like, being around Grayson and Quincy, like being around you young women, y'all are making me know my worth. Like, y'all are making me see like I don't have to deal with this. Like I can leave for real.
So at this point, it's like, you know, Quincy got her ass together in the first book. She's finding self-love in the second book. So she walks away from the dad. And what kind of pissed me off was Diesel just was kind of like, well, why now? Like, he didn't understand why she left. Like, she was just supposed to stay and take it. And it just was like, yo, she not allowed to be tired. It was crazy.
I know how we keep saying Diesel, that smooth ass nigga. Yeah. So Diesel that in the bedroom. Obviously, he gets spicier than Diamond. Diesel, I don't even know how to like just describe it.
I don't know how to describe it either.
He honestly, he was an experience. Like I feel like with that, you would really just have to read it because like again, the way we're saying like he commanded a room or was an enforcer, you could only imagine, ladies.
He had like one of them.
You could only imagine like
gray.
But like the real shit, not the PG-13 stuff that they have in the movie. Like
I feel like the room was legit in the movie.
He had like a dungeon,
just the actions didn't match up in 50
Man, he had it so when we was in that room, a camera was going off like every 15 seconds just to capture every moment. He was also like an aspiring photographer. That was like his thing too outside. He was a mathematician, so he went with the numbers and the accountant in the actual business, but his like passion was like photography. So that was like one of his things too, like boudoir.
I would say it was both because he took that accounting thing serious. Because remember when he found out about that little stolen money, he was like, "Are you serious? What do you mean it's this on the catch?" Like he don't play about like his accounting stuff. He's like very serious about it.
I'm trying to think. I will say like honestly. Oh, okay. So you do also have Rachel. You have one of his ex-subs that is pregnant, and you know she becomes crazy, and she's like, you know, you need to follow up or whatever with me. And even before she found out she was pregnant, she just thought like she was gonna be the submissive that like after the 6 weeks is up, he was gonna like fall in love with. So that is like some drama in it.
I feel like in that situation, he never gave her a reason to feel that way.
He never did.
And Diesel had like very strict rules, which I'm not gonna go completely into because I feel like that should be a surprise when you walk into it. But he had very strict rules. And from every indication we were given, the only person that he broke these rules for was Grayson.
And it wasn't easy.
That was even bothering him.
I was about to say, because if anything, he put up out of the brothers and their feelings, he put up the fight the most. Like the other brothers folded once they realized their feelings. He was like really fighting it, like to the point he would do something really cold to her, and in his mind, he's like, "Damn, I shouldn't have did it." But it was on autopilot. Like he had to do it because that's how he operates.
I don't think he could understand his feelings for her because he never felt that way for any
other
woman.
And growing up, how he saw relationships, it was like that's not what it's supposed to be like. Like I'm not supposed to be missing you and wanting you around. Like
so even when he was
sleeping
like
in the same bed, like that wasn't shit he did.
Because it got to the point where like even his little rules, he just didn't even care about him anymore after a while.
And and I will say this, she was the only one that was able to negotiate rules.
Yeah.
You can pick whatever parking gift you want, but you have to stick to the rules to the T.
She was the only one that asked to negotiate the contract. Yeah.
And he did it because this was before they had sex, and he just wanted to fuck her so bad. He like, yo, I would do anything for you to sign this.
She started crossing things off.
Yeah. He was like, yo, stop.
He was fucking devastated, but overall, I really like that book. I feel like it got to really show even more how like Diesel tries to take care of like everyone around him. And I feel like even though I'm not gonna say him and Declan don't have like the best relationship, but you can still see like he has love for his brother, like both of his brothers actually. I don't know, like Diesel's a good guy. He sucked as a romantic person for a while.
But family-wise, he was truly like the best person to be for his like family for sure.
And I felt like once Grayson got in his ass about like the whole situation with his mom, they did have a conversation, and it seemed like he tried to build a better relationship. They were going past that because it kind of felt like before Diamond was on the outs with kind of like both of his parents. Diesel was drawn to the dad, and Declan to the mom. Like it was basically divided up like that.
And we'll get into that in part 3. But yeah, so what would you rate this?
5 out of 5.
I'm also doing 5 out of 5. So again,
just addictive.
Captivated by Danger and Diesel. We was very captivated.
We were.
So yes, again, these are only on Kindle Unlimited and Kindle audiobooks. Definitely check it out. Check this out. Endiya Carter. Again, thank you for making this series. We really did appreciate reading it.
Bye, guys.